Hello everyone and welcome to Star Wars on High. Thank you for stopping by. We are back with another High Republic review, and this time on the last adult novel for Phase 2 of the High Republic, Cataclysm by Lydia Kang. The planets of Eiram and E'ronoh were finally about to have peace after years and years of fighting. But when the peace treaty fell apart with the Battle of Jeddah, it seemed that nothing would allow these two worlds to live together in harmony. But the Jedi are hot on the trail of the path of the open hand, and with everything leading to Dalna, it looks like we may have uncovered the true assailant that started it all. Cataclysm is everything I love about the High Republic. It tells such a grand story with so many plot points, and it manages to tie itself together with ease. And not only that, but the authors are so smart in the way they write these stories. Having all of these authors tell all of these different stories doesn't even matter, as it all reads as if it came from the same mind, and it's truly incredible. Cataclysm is the last adult novel in Phase 2, so it definitely had some big shoes to fill. It was a big leap from Phase 2 to start 150 years before the events of Phase 1, so at first it felt like a drastically different universe. But with the establishment of the Path of the Open Hand, I felt myself more drawn to this phase. The Nihil in Phase 1 are great villains, but I just know the Jedi will beat them and I can't wait to watch it happen. But the Path of the Open Hand constantly has me fueled with rage that I have never experienced from a story before. The fact that they can just spit in the face of the Jedi and kill them with the leveler and get away with it leaves me fuming, and it all leads to a very terrible night at the end of the story. From Phase 1, we all heard the Night of Sorrow and wondered what it was. All we knew was that something terrible had happened, and many people died. What I was not prepared for, however, was a full-scale battle involving every group on the ground and in the airspace of Dalna. The Mother and the Herald really think they will get away with dividing Eiram and E'ronoh and with eradicating the Jedi. But it all comes back to bite them in the ass when the Jedi and the Republic show up to fight against the Path with included help from the unified forces of Eiram and E'ronoh. It was such a satisfying feeling, and having to stop reading was a pain. I read during my free time, and when I had to stop, all I could think of was, what comes next? The stakes were so high, and the losses were great, but ultimately, the light won in the end. And there are so many characters in this book that get a lot of focus, such as Yoda and Yaddle, which is amazing, but again, Gela Natai and Axel Greylark stole the whole show. I especially felt myself drawn to Axel as I really loved him from Convergence, but I really can't tell where his allegiances lie. I'd like to think it's with the Jedi and the Republic, but who knows what he will be up to, even though he has gone willingly to finish his sentence in prison. He was pretty much responsible for a lot of the chaos, including the death of Jedi Master Oren Darga. He manages to try his best to make up for it, which is hard to do, but Gela can't help but feel something for him, and I'm right there with her. Axel's mother, Kyon Greylark, also plays a pivotal role in the story too, as she steps down from her position as Chancellor and decides to help on Dalna as well. One of the bigger takeaways is the union of Eiram and E'ronoh, as Ziri Albaran and Fontu Zen both show up with their armies to help fight off not only the Path of the Open Hand, but Bennett's ridiculous Path of the Closed Fist that springs up out of nowhere. My only real concern is how all of this will come to a close, as Cavan Scott's YA novel Path of Vengeance will close out Phase 2, and I'm not ready to be hurt again. I'm just not. Please, Cavan, be nice. But overall, this book has definitely been placed in my top favorite Star Wars books. I could read this book over and over again and never tire of it. Lydia Kang is a perfect addition to Project Luminous, and I am ever so eager to read more of her stories. But what were your thoughts on Cataclysm? Let us know all of your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thank you to everyone who stuck around to this point in the video, and we hope to see you again very soon.